फर्स्ट मतलब फर्स्ट मेमोरी सचिन तेंदुलकर का नाम पहली बार मतलब रांची में थे, खेल रहे थे, कब सुना तेंदुलकर तेंदुलकर वर्ड कब सुना?
आई थिंक तेंदुलकर जैसे ही इंटरनेशनल एरिना में आए ऑलरेडी बहुत फेमस थे. No, every day we used to play cricket. Evening time, 4 o'clock we used to play cricket. So I was not a keen watcher by the time, but there were lots of people who were glued on to cricket. So they would say, okay, Sachin की तरह batting करनी है. Of course, nobody resembled, when it came to his technique, but that was the first time when I heard about him. It was on the field, and I was quite young that time. 81 I was born, so maybe I was 11. 91 की बात होगी या 92 की बात होगी.
No, 89 he debuted in
89 में debut हुई थी. So I think that was the first time I heard about him.
And when was the first time you saw him batting on TV? Or maybe your first memory, oh, this is Sachin Tendulkar, something like that. Your first recollection of that memory.
I think Australia में World Cup थी, if I'm not wrong.
92 World Cup, yeah.
92 तो इंडिया टाइम के हिसाब से सवेरे 3:30 या 4 बजे के आसपास होता था. तो मैं पापा को बोलता था कि पापा मुझे भी उठा देना, आई वुड ऑल्सो गेट अप. तो पापा पूछते थे कि कब उठाना है. तो मैं सचिन वॉज बैटिंग मिडिल ऑर्डर, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. कि 2 विकेट गिर जाए ना, सचिन तेंदुलकर बैटिंग करने आए तब उठा देना. At times I used to get up, at times I didn't. So that was the first time you can say I watched him play a game.
And when was the first time he made an impact as a batsman? You saw, as just spoke, that was the first memory you saw him batting. One innings or something like, okay, this is what Sachin.
Not one inning. I think he was an aggressive player, and as you all know, as a kid, what you want to see is sixes and fours. So I think by that World Cup itself, he was very big. He was known for his big six hitting abilities and big shots that he could easily play. So I think I don't remember one particular moment, but I think overall, he was very famous for the aggressive kind of batting he did.
Did you ever, at that point of time, obviously playing for India itself is a big dream. Meeting Sachin Tendulkar, playing along with Sachin Tendulkar, maybe even the bigger dream. So did you ever think in those terms, or just like playing about India, or did you ever imagine? Was it in back of your mind subconsciously that maybe one day I would like to play with him?
Well, never really, because I never thought I'll play for the country. And if you talk about 92, 93, I never thought I'll play cricket. We used to play cricket more for fun rather than, taking it as a profession. So I never thought that I'll get to meet him. Maybe, I'll get to see him sometime, but that time that feeling was not there, because I never knew whether I'll go out of Ranchi or not, because I was almost sure that he would never come to Ranchi. So I think that feeling was not there. But of course, I used to love him. The way he batted, I used to love him watch.
You came into India team in the 2004-5 Bangladesh tour. So what was your first meeting with Sachin Tendulkar, or you met him prior to you coming to Indian team?
Before that I met him once. It was a very brief meeting, in the sense, East Zone was playing West Zone, and the match was in Pune. So I was not playing. I was the guy among the extras. So I was giving water to the players and we were fielding. He scored 199 odd runs. So one of the occasions where I went in to give water to our players, and he also came in, and he was having water at the same time. So I think that was the first brief interaction meeting, face to face, you can say. And the first time he ever spoke, of course, was in Bangladesh.
What kind of conversation?
I think it was just a hi, hello, welcome to the squad, that kind of a thing. We never really spoke, because the whole series got over in 4 days. The day we landed, and I think I met him the next day, and we played 2 back-to-back games, 1 day rest and 1 more game. So I didn't really have any sort of interaction with him. So that was the case.
So when was your first serious interaction? Your first serious, like you remember, this was the first time I spoke to Sachin. Maybe one-on-one or something like that. One conversation you started with, like, now I'm part of the Indian team, I can interact. It was not a big deal talking to Sachin Tendulkar.
Well, it's always a big deal talking to him. Still it is. I think the first major interaction, you can say, was the next series that we played. We hosted Pakistan in India, and I scored a century in the second game. But before that also, when Virupa got a century in Vizag, Sachin also used to bowl. I don't remember whether he bowled in the first game or not, but I think he bowled in one of the games, and he would come up and, ask as a wicketkeeper. He'll ask me, okay, what's good to bowl, seam up, leg spin, off spin, what needs to be done. So that was the first longish interaction that I had with him. So that was the first time, you can say, I spent a bit of time. That also was in the middle of the wicket.
एक चीज बताइए, Sachin does everything. He bowls, batting, सारी चीजें करते हैं. The only thing which he doesn't do is wicket keeping. So sometimes have you wondered कि kind of cricketer he is? You because you sometimes bowl. Have you thought कि भाई वो wicket keeping करे और
I think I'm glad that he doesn't, क्योंकि मेरे पेट में क्यों लात मार रहे हो, whatever he does, he is very good at it. Right from swing bowling to leg spin, off spin, can bowl cutters really well. So I'm glad that he never decided to do wicket keeping. Maybe that's why they call it's a thankless job. No, I think it's a very different position to be in. If you have not stood there, it's very difficult. Difficult in the sense because the whole game, looks very differently once you're standing there. That's one of the reasons why I love keeping. And when I'm the captain, I want to be there because from there I can judge the whole field, and it never changes. Like as a fielder, as a captain, you can be at covers at mid wicket, point, or short fine, or mid off, or mid on. But if you change places, the whole look changes. So that's one position where it remains the same. So that's why I'm never comfortable, being out of the wicket keeping area. And I think that's one of the reasons why maybe he doesn't like wicket keeping. I've never asked him whether he did it or not. So, but certainly I think, if given a glove, he'll do a decent job. He'll find it very difficult and very different because if you have not done it, you have not done it.
thank you so much.